Scientific terms or jargon should not be used to make claims appear to have a scientific basis they do not possess.
Scientific claims in ads are usually pretty fuzzy. The science bit in adverts is generally an impressive CGI demonstration that dazzles but often avoids specific data, or a statistic that looks impressive but on closer examination might not be quite so convincing.
The language of advertising is an art in itself. It has to walk a fine line between exaggeration and fact, implying here, suggesting there, and leaving you with a sense that more has been said than has actually been said. Here's a few key phrases to look out for.
Help is a useful word because it's non-specific.
Enriched with collagen, it smooths and helps plump out the appearance of wrinkles.
After all, by stamping on the ground, you can help flatten the surface of the planet, although the noticeable difference may be minimal. Appears another favourite. It's not quite the same as is.
In just 1 hour, skin appears uncreased.
The appearance of something is not the same as the thing itself. When you listen to your friend's problems, you can appear to be a caring shoulder to cry on, but you might not give a toss. Then there's fight, which is not the same as stop.
Colgate Plaques has a clinically proven formula that fights plaque bacteria for 12 hours.
After all, you can fight a wall, but that doesn't mean you're going to knock it down. Not all claims are particularly scientific, even when they're this startling.
Yeah, it can be a bear pit in here.
I didn't ask.
When I'm under pressure, I chew Wrigley's gum. I find that the simple act of chewing helps me feel calmer, more relaxed.
Yeah, how about you try chewing on this?
When your busy lifestyle's getting to you, try chewing. It works for me.
Descriptions, claims and illustrations must not imply attributes, capabilities or performance beyond those that can be achieved in normal use.
Although weirdly they can imply that the effect it will have on you will make you behave like a twat. There's a whole range of facial expressions human beings never pull in real life, only in commercials. Expressions which register emotions like delight, joy, pain or good value. Many products seem to have a side effect that makes you behave bizarrely, as seen in this unflinchingly realistic ad.
That is cool. I can really feel it. What a feeling!
In fact, it's so effective it makes everyone in the vicinity act like a complete wanker.
No advertisement may use images of very brief duration or any other technique which is likely to influence viewers without their being fully aware of what's been done.
Subliminal advertising, that's a few suggestive frames, is banned, although there are other permitted forms of subliminality, if that's a word, like music. Advertisers like using music because it bypasses the rational part of your brain and lodges straight in your emotions like a harpoon.
In fact, according to a scientific study we've just made up, people can recall and recite up to 20,000 different jingles even when placed in a chemical coma.
0891 50 50 50. I'm loving it. I'd rather have a bowl of Cocoa Pops.
Advertisements must not cause serious or widespread offence against generally accepted moral, social or cultural standards.
Adverts aren't supposed to cause offence, which makes including shots of the human body, which is the single most offensive thing in the universe, a bit of a minefield.
Adverts for bathroom soapy fun products are traditionally little more than peekaboo strip shows in which the cameraman has to avoid showing anything too rude. In 1994, a landmark moment arrived when an exciting shower gel advert announced the discovery of women's nipples. This was considered so erotic it could only appear after the watershed in case viewers masturbated themselves to death, although anyone trying to pleasure themselves to a commercial is asking for trouble, because they're so short you're likely to find yourself reaching a crescendo during something about as sexy as a pig blowing off in your face.
Advertisements must not, without good reason, contain material which is likely to cause serious distress to significant numbers of viewers.
Although they do their best to scare the poop out of you in other ways.
In this blistering look at 1970s society, we see how anyone who fails to buy a chocolate bar that can be easily shared with attractive members of the opposite sex is a girlfriendless loser destined to catch the bus home and spend the evening wanking and tying a noose. The notion you'll be judged for your product choice continues to this day. It's just got a bit glossier.
You can tell a lot about a man by his style, his wristwatch, shoes, the company he keeps.
This advert subtly conveys how this metrosexual twatamaboop has become the envy of his chums and a veritable pussy catcher thanks to his mobile phone. And number 7, an ad too innocent for the horrid modern world.
You know, I can still remember the very first sweets given to me by my grandfather. They were Werther's Original, and I was 4.
Why do I feel like I'm listening to this in a support group?
I remember feeling I must be someone very special when my granddad gave me his wonderful butter candy.
Yeah, but you weren't allowed to tell Mummy, were you?
After all, he's someone very special too, you know.
I'll get a room.
At number 6, Sudoku Face counts her fee for this gaudy reel of crud.
Imagine a loan that makes you feel free to live your life.
And spend it paying back a loan.
Yes, TV's Face of Math seems more interested in drawing your attention to the enticing numbers in the pretty balloons than the off-putting numbers in the small print, which might leave you in a bit of a conundrum.
It's easy.
You consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant.
At number 5, the greatest cartoon pairing since Dastardly and Hitler.
Hello, Money, how are you?
Hello, Access. Bit down, you know.
Oh, done much lately?
Not a lot.
Well, you're a dynamic character, thanks for the effort.
Don't you feel you're being used?
All the time. I'm accepted in over 100,000 establishments. Just like that.
You're not accepted here, you bastard.
At number 4, oh, it's the greatest romantic serial the world has ever seen.
Hello. I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm having a dinner party and I've run out of coffee.
Come in.
Thank you.
Oh, I think he's gonna f*** her.
Will Gold Blend be too good for your guests?
Oh, I think they could get used to it.
Oh, she's gonna f*** her.
It's a very sophisticated coffee.
Oh, he's gonna f*** her.
They have very sophisticated taste.
Oh, she's definitely gonna f*** him.
Do they?
F*** her.
Yes.
F*** him.
Well, I must be getting back.
Someone f*** someone. How's the industry changed in the last 10 years?
Well, advertising's global now, so everything has to be standardised so it won't offend any of the cultures it will be shown to. Bizarre rules start to emerge, like the hero can't wear trainers because in Russia that means you're a gangster, or denim means you're a homosexual in Indonesia. Everything's homogenised and you're left with an unappealing slab of mulch. Some of these territories are very open about what skin colours they want on their TVs. I've been in meetings where a perfectly talented black actor has been on the table for a role, and the agency producer will say up front as you like, forget it, he'd never play in Turkey or France or whatever. That kind of casual racism's commonplace.
Advertisements must not prejudice respect for human dignity or humiliate, stigmatise or undermine the standing of identifiable groups of people.
When it comes to minorities, ads today are a bit more tactful than they used to be.
Presenting Ribena Black Currants. Ribena pure black currant juice. Ribena. Cuffs and coats, fatigue and flus. Ribena keeps away. Mr. Bones, who was that lady I saw you with last night? That was no lady, that was my current girlfriend.
Because he's a currant, a black currant.
Ribena, delicious.
Those were the bad old days, of course, although racial stereotyping persisted for longer than you might think.
Take this tactless 1986 commercial for frozen Chinese food, in which a group of Oriental chefs decide their livelihoods are at risk.
Who is lost? We be ruined. Come! We are the Rosa! We rose out! We rose out!
Now that is racist.
Another social group that's traditionally had a rough time at the hands of the ad man is the lady. Women always used to be submissive doll-like figures, like in this outdated Camay ad.
In a man's world, a woman needs a lovely, flawless complexion. Needs Camay for the skin men can't ignore.
Or dowdy housewives leading a glum existence in dreary cat food ads.
Come on, have your whiskers. What a beautiful breath.
That cat's dead now.
Well, he really is a whiskers cat.
He's a dead whiskers cat.
And when they weren't doing that, they were effectively set dressing like the girl in this brilliant ad that deserves to be savoured in full. Social attitudes changed, Adland's ladies changed with them. Suddenly they weren't going to take any more crap from disgusting men.
What's for supper?
Instead, they demanded respect.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Subtly and on the soundtrack.
Oh, bless her, she's worked out what the pedals do.
Before long, the worm had completely turned, and in sexy ads like this, women were allowed to treat men as sex objects and enjoy low-calorie drinks at the same time. And when they weren't lusting after men, they were treating them like dog shit.
Guess who's cooking tonight? He's butchering a chicken breast as we speak.
It's a blend of aromatic spices.
Did you get that? Aromatic spices. Yeah. Well, I'll call you tomorrow if I'm still alive.
Which, with any luck, you won't be.